Hey there, Al Perhax, author, creator, visionary behind the Mind Force method of high performance, esoteric mentoring, coaching, training. You get the picture. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you today about the upcoming prosperity mindset training, money matrix training, and Q&A session that I'm going to be doing. A lot of people have asked me, what are you going to exactly be teaching? What is this going to be? And it's really a Q&A session. I've been talking to people about this program that I created years ago called the Money Matrix. And the Money Matrix is really a mental mindset training for prosperity consciousness. Really, that's what it is, right? And prosperity consciousness, it's not just a money thing, right? Prosperity consciousness is really every aspect of your life. And again, I'm going to cover it from the three areas of financial, emotional, and then physiological. But I'm going to break it down. And of course, I'm going to take your questions. The more questions I get, obviously, the better the session's going to be. And if you come on live, I certainly can answer your questions live if you want to do that. Some people like to do that, some people don't. But I just wanted to give you a little primer ahead of time just to get a little bit more of an idea of what we're going to be talking about. So, prosperity mindset training. Using specific mindset ideas, concepts, methods, tactics, if you will, to become prosperous. And again, prosperous being all areas of your life. It's just like Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich, even though it's called Think and Grow Rich, it's rich from all aspects of your life. It's not just money, even though there is a money consciousness in there and so forth. And the reason that I do this last time I did this was 3 years ago. So I haven't taught this since that period of time. And it got rave reviews at the time. People loved it. But I'm going to really dive deep. And every time I do these, I learn more, because what happens is I'll do one of these sessions and I will maybe take on a new coaching client or a new mentee. And every time I coach with somebody, I learn just as much as they do, because we're talking ideas back and forth. And then I research more. And then I talk to people that I work with, and we bounce ideas off one another, and we come up with concepts that can be applicable, right? That's where I came up with the concept of shifting the mindset in less than an hour. Anyone can shift their mindset in less than an hour. That isn't to say that if I shift your mindset in an hour, that you're not going to regress in 2 hours after that. Okay? And see, that's one of the biggest concepts. So we're going to go into neural reprogramming. And we're going to talk about rewiring your brain's neural pathways using the most cutting edge neuroscience techniques. And you'll be surprised to find that some of these techniques are new, but they're not new. Let's face it. I mean, these things have been around for a long period of time, and we're going to integrate them in ways. See, I always integrate things in ways that most people don't do it, because I come from different aspects. I come from the energetic side, the chi energy, and then I come at it from the mindset side, mind force, hypnotic influence, mindset domination, and we combine them. I don't know of anybody else that teaches it from that perspective. Now, you'll get some hypnotic influence people or hypnosis people, NLP people, that will try to integrate the energy, but they don't really know. They just don't know. But they add the energy in because it sounds cool, and they think they know what they're talking about, but they don't. Right? I've been doing energy training, quantum qigong for over 30 years. I started teaching that, and then integrated the concept of the mind force and the neural reprogramming as I got involved in it. And that's really the key. But so that's one of the key concepts we're going to talk about. And I'll go as deep as I can. We're going to talk about wealth attraction protocols, right? The exact protocols that successful people use to attract and multiply wealth. What do they do? It is a mindset. And if you're on the email list and you got the email that I that I wrote, and I said, go out and find the wealthiest person in your town. Go find the person with the best relationship in your town, the one that has the best kids, that were raised properly or what have you. Find the person that's in the best shape. And you can find guys on YouTube and Twitter and probably other social media, TikTok and other things, where people get interviewed. Like I see guys walking on the street. Hey, I see you're in great shape. Tell me what you do to stay in great shape, right? And then there's another guy that goes around and says, hey, I see you're driving a Rolls Royce. Tell me how'd you make your money, right? And then I've never seen him go up and say, hey, do you have a great relationship? What's your relationship like with your wife and your kids and so forth? But these are all concepts that are so important, right? So wealth is not just how much money you got, because I know plenty of people that have money that they have bad relationships, they're stressed out, their health is in bad shape. Not good, right? I know other people that are in great shape that have no wealth. They're on the other side of the spectrum. Great shape, great body, but they have other issues. So what we want to do, what you want to do, what I want to do is we want to create this energetic pattern inside of our minds, bodies, and spirits so that we can accomplish the mission in as many areas of our life as possible, so that we're more balanced. It's what it's all about. I'm also going to go into a financial freedom blueprint, a step-by-step roadmap to financial independence. And it's really going to be an overview of the money matrix, going into more concepts about the money matrix and how that works, what it is, and so forth. And then mindset mastery transformation, right? Transform your relationship to money. But again, when I say transform your relationship to money, it's not just going to be about money. It's going to be transform your relationship about blank, whatever it is. Because you have to overcome your limiting beliefs. You need to eliminate financial anxiety. You need to eliminate relationship anxiety, physiological anxiety, and have the confidence needed to make bold moves in your life, whether it be financial, emotional, or physiological. I can't tell you how many people I coach that don't have one of those areas in tune. They're either super wealthy, but they have some kind of emotional. And again, we'll touch into the trauma. I'll go into more in the trauma in the money matrix because it's a lot longer. This is designed as a primer for the money matrix so that you can experience a little bit of it and say, yeah, this is something I want to pursue. I don't know why you wouldn't want to pursue it unless you have all these aspects together. And maybe if you do, contact me and I'll put you on the teaching list so that you can share what you've learned over time. So some of the things we're going to talk, I'm going to go into some of the case studies too that I've talked about over the last couple of days, some of the people that I've worked with and what kind of results they've gotten. I try to keep their names and everything as anonymous as possible because a lot of times I coach people that are, higher echelon people, and the work we do is esoteric. It's hidden. It's not what what most coaches or mentors, gurus, so to speak, are doing probably. You have a lot of times out there where people, they're eager to tell you who they're working with because it's really a pay for play kind of thing. I don't do that with my clients. If they want to speak up, hey, 100%. But we're going to go into the exact thought patterns of wealthy individuals. But again, the exact thought patterns of also wealthy individuals in terms of emotional relationships, physical, athletes, how to identify limiting beliefs. And again, a limiting belief is anything that limits you in any area of your life. It could be physical, right? I don't believe, I'm over 50. I don't believe I can get in shape anymore. Or I've never been that way, so I can't be that way, right? I've never been, but I can. That's a bunch of garbage. And we're going to dive deep in that. This session is going to change you. It's going to shift you. Now, what you do after that is up to you, because think of it this way. You go to the gym and you work out one day super hard and you feel really good about it. You're like, man, that was one of the best workouts I ever had. But if you leave the gym and you never go back, it's not really going to help you that much. It really isn't. We're going to talk about this repetition, putting in the reps, and consistency. You've got to build a habit of everything that we're going to talk about. That's the easy and hard of it. Is it easy because that's an easy concept. It's kind of just like when I talk to people, and hey, I probably could stand to lose a few pounds. I'm probably about 15 pounds over where I want to be right now. But here's the thing, is that in order to make that happen, I already have all the knowledge in my mind about how to lose weight. I mean, I've done it before. I used to bodybuild, so I know how to do it. And you do too, right? Eat less, move more. That's usually what it comes down to. Bottom line. But how do you teach yourself and motivate yourself so that you can stay on a consistent pathway in order to do that? Well, it's the same thing with earning money, creating wealth. It's the same thing with having a great relationship with your spouse or your kids or people you work with. It's all making the decision, having the right mindset and saying, I'm going to be different about this. I'm going to react different to these kind of circumstances. And that's where I really coach people, is with releasing the traumas. Because more oftentimes than not, that's what it comes down to. So yeah, prosperity mindset, training, it's all there. Money matrix, it's all there. But it really comes down to trauma release. Most people have this pent-up trauma. And that's why they can be super successful in some aspects of their life, but in other aspects, they're a train wreck. So how do you create, because they already know the concepts. Like if somebody's super successful, like I've talked about this guy that I've done some coaching sessions with that earns $30 million per year. 30 million. And yet he's a emotional wreck. He can't sleep, or at least he was prior to us speaking. And he has thoughts in his mind that he's not earning enough, that he's going to go broke, because he grew up in a very poor family, became very wealthy, but still has these hangups. And I even look at it and go, man, this is crazy. This guy's making 30 million a year. I'm not like a company that does 30 million. He's earning 30 million a year. And yet he works from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. every single day, 6 days a week. To me, that's not a great lifestyle. It's not a good trade-off, right? His family suffers, his marriage suffers, everything suffers as a result of that. So again, it's a mindset thing. So if you saw that guy on paper, or if you saw him in the street rolling up in his Rolls or his, Lambo, you'd think, man, this guy's got it made. Well, maybe, maybe not. So you have to put things in their proper perspective, and that's what we're going to do. That's what the whole money matrix is going to be about. That's what my 12-week immersion program. That's gone through a facelift, and so you'll be able to take advantage of that if you desire. And so everything's in there for you to get the results that are going to allow you to get to that next best level of yourself. That's what it's really all about. It's nothing about me. It's all about you. How are we going to get you? How am I going to help you get to where you want to be? Bottom line, whatever that means. Best shape, best relationships, more love in your life, more money in your pocket. Whatever that means, we can accomplish it. Because like I always tell people, I don't fail. When I set out to do something, I'm going to get it done. And that's kind of the attitude you have to have too, is that when you set a goal, you say, I'm going to get this thing done. You may miss a few things, but you get it done. And that's what we're going to cover. Anyway, I probably went on a little bit long on that discussion, but it give you a little bit of an idea of what we're going to be talking about in this session. I think you're going to love it. Send me your questions. Let me know what you want to talk about. And we'll dive deep into some of these things as much as time allows. But I look forward to it. And I'll talk to you then. So long.